guess I'll go ahead and get started. This is continuing from my last live stream, which I just couldn't figure out. That was just a couple minutes ago now. Where shall we start? In this live stream, I'll be featuring some of the items that I've had scanned for you guys, and some things I'm working on having scanned, and I'll be sharing some of the projects that I've been working on to share with you guys. So I guess I'll go ahead and start off with some of the stuff that I've been working on getting scanned, and some of the stuff that I probably won't get scanned anytime soon. I have some financial issues that I just can't get past right now. So this first item is this reel of 16mm film that I purchased just a couple days ago. As you can see, it's a pretty large reel. This is a 1,200 feet reel. From what it looks like, this is a either short film or probably short feature film entitled Research to Protect the Tropics. I'm not entirely sure what year it was produced, but it was extremely affordable, and I'll have that scanned probably by the end of this year. I'm not entirely sure. It's going to be extremely expensive for me, at least. So it's not going to happen anytime soon. Probably not this month even. See, there's a splice mark right there. It identifies the film as being edited at a lab called Alpha Cine Lab. This lab is in Seattle, Washington. They went out of business just a couple years ago, 2013. This roll of film is 6mm, has sound and color, although I'm not entirely sure what it's about at all. I've tried to look it up online and haven't found anything yet, so this could be something that's gone unreleased. Possibly this could be even the original, although I'm pretty sure that's unlikely because this looks to be a print and not a master. You can see there's a label that identifies the film as being Kodak E-Star film and produced by a person with the last name Goldman, with the title in quotes right there in the center. A second thing I'm working on is I have been taking some home movies with this camera that I bought a while ago. You can see a video I posted just, I think, last month entitled Harris Home Movies #1, October to December of 2022. That was my first roll of film that I had just finished, and I got it scanned. I'm shooting another roll in here. It's a different type of film. It's Type A indoor film, tungsten. And it's not even halfway done yet. and should be, I'll be able to flip it over soon. Yes, this camera is functional, but yeah, I've had lots of lots of fun using this camera. It's I did is a bit damaged on the front there. The glass piece that covers uh, the viewfinder fell off, and the front metal plate there also came off. But what I'm concerned about is the camera's still working, and fortunately it still does after about 62 years of being around. You can see the film counter right there. It's in between 15 and 10 feet. So I'll have to flip it over soon. I do have you can see I have lots of things that I've scanned and I'm working on scanning. Yes, it does look very similar. In fact, this is a camera used, it's extremely similar to Orville Nix's camera. His being a Keystone AutoZoom K810, mine is a Keystone AutoZoom K10. I'm not sure of the difference, but that's, yeah. These are the 3 commercial films I had scanned for you guys for the 4th of July last year. This first one, I'm pretty sure this one is unreleased too, because, first of all, Capitol Films, they particularly worked with production companies, companies who were producing films. And also, what's interesting is that this label is typed on with something like a typewriter or something, and that doesn't usually happen a lot with, like, things copied as much as this. It is 8mm, you can see there's some leader there. Yeah, there's a bit of it. Can't see it that well, but good enough to see the actual film. This is the Castle Films short film I had scanned. John F. Kennedy, Man and President. It's on a metal reel and doesn't have leader, surprisingly. It just gets straight to the film. Oh yeah, it does have leader. This is a print, so that means that the leader isn't attached in the same way. It's photographically copied, which is interesting to me. That means this is a print and definitely not a master. You could tell because of the box. Instead of having a typed on like label, this one is a printed box. Probably came from the same type of printer as, newspapers. And the last one is John F. Kennedy, Man of Courage, produced by Columbia Pictures. This one I unfortunately did damage just a bit. I was working... I became interested in the Kennedy assassination, I think almost 2 years ago now. I am Not exactly sure why, but it just intrigued me as something that I wanted to know more about, and I happen to know the places where to start, and, well, here I am now. My interest has grown extremely since then, and I'm working on more and more, working on more than I ever have in my life. It's, this is something I hope to continue. As I was saying, this is Columbia Pictures' John F. Kennedy, Man of Courage. This one does also have a photographically copied leader, which is again interesting to me. I can see some film right there. If you actually go watch my 4th of July video, what's interesting to me is that the film came out looking quite like goldish, which I'm not exactly sure why, because the actual film doesn't look like that, so that might just be an artifact of scanning the film. I have all of my films scanned at a place called Summit Video Services. They are a production company in downtown Kansas City, Missouri. They've scanned almost all of the film that I'm going to show you, except a couple of new things that I've purchased. Moving on, this is my home movie that I shot with my camera. This is my first home movie that I shot. It does happen to have 10 feet of standard Kodak white leader, and that was extremely fun to work on shooting that. A lot of it came out extremely well done. I'm very, very happy with it. I also got that scanned at Summit Video Services. This next item is, I haven't had the opportunity to scan it yet. I purchased these, I'm not sure how long ago. It was this year, I think last month. And these are 4 positive strips, original positive strips from John F. Kennedy's visit to the Berlin Wall. I purchased these for an extremely low price. I'm not even sure how it was listed at that low. I'm not sure if you can see them that well. There's a photo right there of a motorcade. The only other copy of this first one that I'm aware of is a little color transparency slide that's in a group of 5 that's going for around $119, $120 on Etsy. And there's also quite a few others, although only the first positive strip actually shows the president. You can see there's the wall, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure a lot of you have been interested in my age, although I haven't got explicitly asked that yet. What might be surprising to know is that I'm currently at the age of 13. I'm not sure how many of you will react to that, but I haven't announced that publicly yet. I'm not sure if that'll change anyone's opinions on my research, but I don't honestly care. I just enjoy posting all of this, and I don't really care who will see it. Moving on, these are some slides. I only got 34 of them scanned. This is a set of 169. See, the ones I got scanned would be... These are something I like to show to a lot of people. I was extremely lucky to purchase these. These are, of course, my slides of John F. Kennedy's funeral. I got them scanned at the same place as all my other film, and yeah, thank you. I got these scanned and I posted a video, I think either a couple weeks ago, I'm not sure how long ago, but as you can see, they're just right here, little stack right here, and these I purchased for around $73. I was lucky enough to have the money at the time, so I just went for it. It was advertised as 60 plus slides, and they got 100 more than advertised, so that's a pretty good deal. Let me see if I can find the ones of the actual casket. Here they are. There's only 3 that show the actual casket, but all the others are just interesting to have. Let's see. This is the first one. You can't see it that well. Let's see if I can... Here, I have a lamp. Let's see if that'll help. See, I'm very interested in hearing people's stories about the assassination, even if they didn't directly witness it. I get hundreds of comments about people who say that they were at school when the assassination happened, or with their family, or many interesting stories that I would love to hear more about. As I said before, I'm extremely interested in the assassination, and have been for almost 2 years now. See, I know this might be pretty bright. I do follow some other Kennedy researchers. I mainly follow Dennis Morissette, David Von Peen, many of the big ones, I think. Not sure if you can see that well. As I said in the description of the video that I posted these in, I was able to identify where these were taken, and they were taken at the intersection of 17th Street and H Street in Washington, D.C. I was able to figure that out because there is a restaurant included in almost all of the slides, which went out of business. That's interesting to know. The restaurant went out of business in 1966, and I was able to find an address for it, and then find the building that appears in the background of many of these slides. And that's just some useful information to know. By the way, the rest of these slides are just visits around like the Washington D.C. area, specifically like Pennsylvania, pretty sure Mount Vernon, many other places around that area in eastern United States. Like there's a couple national parks in there, but probably not interesting enough to get scanned yet. Let's see what else I have. I don't have much else, although I could. Where did I? Oh yeah, here it is. I made a video a while ago, sharing interesting. I would love to hear more about that. This here is, I posted a video a while ago sharing with you guys a copy of the Dallas Police audio that I just happened to make. This is, of course, just a 7-inch audio reel of magnetic tape. I'm gonna go get my tape player, so you guys might be able to hear some of it. Reorganize some of this stuff so I can have room for it. My tape player is very, very large. It's specifically for playing 7-inch audio reels, and it is portable, but not very portable, if that's very clear at all. It's extremely heavy, like a couple 100 pounds probably, and it's difficult to move at best. I am take this over here. That's probably a better idea. See if I can get a light in here. The tape player is right there. By the way, this is just my closet. Oh, thank you for watching. I understand that people do need to usually do stuff, particularly in the evening. That's completely understandable to me. I usually have lots to do in the evening, especially. Let's see, will that work? I believe that's going to work, for now at least. See if I can get my phone mounted somewhere. tape player is just here. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up. I know this does take a while, but I'm used to it. Things like this never go quickly. Not particularly good at loading this particular tape player, but shouldn't be that difficult. I probably won't be able to read your guys' comments very well because I'm not looking in that direction. Let's see. Once I get this set up, I'll be able to see him better, at least. I do know surprisingly a lot about this kind of material. What I'm talking about is audio tape and film and that kind of stuff that would have been around in 1963. I have studied it quite a bit. Pretty sure that's on there good enough. Just unplug the microphones. Nope. Doesn't want to come out of there. There we go. Whoops. Speaker on. Okay, I think it should be working now. Not sure if you can hear that well, but see the tape moving there. I'd say that's probably enough of that. It's pretty loud, at least to me. I'm not sure if you guys heard that at all, but I sure did. My closet I've basically converted into a kind of audio video editing deck. I don't have many clothes, so I put my desk in here too. But yeah, that was some audio that I just happened to have. I do have some other materials in my closet too. In particular, I have some records. I have, of course, 4 Days That Shocked the World by Colpix Records and United Press International. I have a little 45 BPM record. It is 2 campaign songs, High Hopes with Frank Sinatra, and All the Way. I'm not sure who sang that. I've been looking for that for a while. But it did happen to come in this little nice paper case. I'll be working to get this digitized properly soon. I haven't been able to even hear it yet. I haven't found a working a working record player. I'm not sure why I couldn't remember that word. So you have a just a print of Altgen's Altgen 6, I'm pretty sure. What was pointed out to me a while ago in this particular photo, although it doesn't appear in this particular print, in terms of this print, there's a man just out of frame over here who is standing in front of the Daltex building, who I believe is the photographer James Wesley Powell. He also appears in Altgen's 4 on Houston Street. He's not wearing a hat, although he's wearing a nice jacket, a black jacket, and I'm pretty sure a blue jacket, dark blue jacket, and a white undershirt. And he looks to be extremely similar to James Powell. If you guys didn't know, I also have a Reddit account that I've posted several posts about some of my finds, in particular relating to the autopsy photos, of which I've been researching heavily, and finding Powell, James Powell, quite a bit on there. Y'all should definitely check it out. I'm under the account Just Browsing 486. Let's go ahead and listen to some of these cassettes. The first one I'm going to be showing is, this is a cassette, it's audio recording of a television broadcast of John F. Kennedy's first television debate for the title of United States President with Richard M. Nixon. I can tell that it's definitely from a television broadcast due to the introduction that you can hear. That introduction was specifically given to that particular debate. The audio is strangely fluctuating in this cassette, so it could be quieter or louder at some times. I'm not exactly sure the reason for this. I usually purchase some of my materials from sources like eBay, or sometimes I'll receive them from my family members if they happen to either have had them or have purchased them for me. Again, I'm extremely lucky in my research. I've found quite a bit that I think no one else in the world even has access to. And it's all been extremely, it's very, very interesting to me, and I would love to do more research. Pretty sure this is set up right now, and you can hear. There's a bit of feedback.
Television and radio stations of the United States and their affiliated stations are proud to provide facilities for a discussion of issues in the current political campaign by the two major candidates for the president. The candidates need no introduction. The Republican candidate, Vice President Richard M. Nixon, and the Democratic candidate, Senator John F. Kennedy. According to rules set by the candidates themselves, each man shall make an opening statement of approximately 8 minutes duration and a closing statement of approximately 3 minutes duration. In between, the candidates will answer or comment upon answers to questions put by a panel of correspondents. In this, the first discussion in a series of 4 joint appearances, the subject matter has been agreed will be restricted to internal or domestic American matters. And now for the first opening statement by Senator John F. Kennedy.
Smith, Nixon. In the election of 1860, Abraham Lincoln said the question was whether this nation could exist, half slave or half free. In the election of 1960, and with the world around us, the question is whether the world will exist, half slave or half free, whether it will move in the direction of freedom, in the direction of the road that we are taking, or whether it will move in the direction of slavery. I think it will depend in great measure upon what we do here in the United States, on the kind of society that we build, on the kind of strength that we maintain. We discussed tonight domestic issues, but I would not want that to be any implication to be given that this does not involve directly our struggle with Mr. Khrushchev with the Bible.
If you couldn't tell already, there is a striking resemblance to the audio from a video I posted a while ago containing a 16mm version of John F. Kennedy's debates. I found that in the collections of the National Archives, and it was just up online. I have received some questions about people who think that I am basically taking some people's materials and reposting them. I hope to inform people that anywhere that I do receive materials from, or that happens to be online, of course I will credit this in a video. And I usually choose places in which it explicitly says that the content is in the public domain, meaning that anyone is allowed to use it in any way. Places like the John F. Kennedy Presidential Library and the National Archives, which both places, everything is in the public domain unless otherwise said, which is extremely useful for projects that I'm doing. I've now posted it several times that I've been in contact with the National Archives quite a bit. I've been in email contact with them, and I have been trying to receive some materials from them, although I can't do it quite yet because I'm having some trouble with some financial problems. I've received an email a while ago from the place that I'm going to be purchasing the copies from, being one of the certified vendors of the National Archives, and they had told me in an invoice, I had requested an estimate, and they had said that the copies were going to cost around $480 if I was going to get them scanned along with purchasing the copies. I unfortunately do not want to have them scanned as soon as I purchase them, because I believe that the place that I get all my films scanned probably does it better than this particular place. So if I did not have the copies scanned upon them being copied, they would be around $213, which is much more affordable, although still quite a bit. Right now I'm pulling up my my emails. In particular, I've been in contact with the motion picture branch, the still picture branch, the special access slash FOIA branch, the John F. Kennedy assassination records collection, all of these, of course, at the College Park, Maryland branch of the National Archives. Thank you, thank you. I've now gone through, we're getting a bit off topic here, but that's alright with me. I've seen probably hundreds of other people say that they've been investigating the assassination for 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, even since it happened that day. And my response to this, I don't usually respond to these type of comments because I'm not sure exactly what to say, but I want people to know that if you're alright with it, I would like to hear about this research and what you found, because I believe I've found quite a bit, but other people might have found other things that I haven't yet. And I'm not particularly biased in any way. Of course, I believe in a certain way that the assassination happened, but I don't feel that, like, I want to hear other people's opinions about it. I'm currently writing a book called Tragedy in Dallas. It's going to be a kind of book that explores all aspects of the assassination other than particular theories or a particular theory. I believe this is a much, much better approach than many other books I've seen that usually use evidence to support one theory. Well, I'm going to be formatting it in a different way that I've seen. It's going to most resemble Richard Trask's Pictures of the Pain, where he basically separated it into sections with professional photographers, amateur photographers, and in those there's chapters. This book is going to look something like that, although I'm not going to focus on just the photographic evidence. I'm also going to be focusing on some of the ballistics evidence, acoustical evidence, and of course everything else in between. Anyways, this is some of my emails with James Konasek of the motion picture branch of the National Archives in College Park, Maryland. In this particular email, he tells me that they unfortunately the vendor that NARA's Moving Image and Sound branch has worked with to provide broadcast audio no longer provides this service. We are researching available options, but in the meantime, we can offer reference quality audio. These copies are created by NARA's Preservation Lab, and there is currently no charge. I've attached a copy of the order form filled out for recording that comprises, sorry about that, 233-JFK-F351-353, open microphone recording of Dallas Police Department, which is a copy of the Dallas Police Channel 1 recording of the assassination. Please complete the researcher registration as instructed, and then enter your researcher ID on the form and submit the request to nopix at nara.gov. Proceed with your IRL for the 65-JFK-21 and 65-JFK-22 movie images. Included some other information. There's the broadcast audio, the reference audio form. One of these includes, here is my approved item approval request list. You can see I've requested items 65-JFK-22 and 65-JFK-21, being 2 films of the Secret Service's 1964 reenactment of the assassination. You can tell that it's been approved because the National Archives has added these 3 columns in. These columns, I have requested them in 16mm and 8mm color formats. I'm going to find the invoice that that company shared with me. Here it is. I emailed them asking for a price quote, and this is quite a bit, but I hope to cut the cost down. You can see $483 versus services. The one I'm trying to remove is the film scan to HD file, which is $270. That will cut the price down to about $213 without tax. Although I'm not sure the National Archives does tax. I'm not too sure how that happens. I believe that's about it. Of course, I'm working on getting other materials to scan and share with you guys, and I've been researching quite a bit. I have quite a few things going on in my personal life, and with the Kennedy assassination, I'm working on quite a few projects right now, including pre-production on a couple of feature films that I'll be releasing. One, I'll be releasing my documentary on the Kennedy assassination will hopefully be out by next year, but I'm not entirely sure of that. I'm still in the pre-production phase of that film. If any of you are wondering how I'm able to share this information, is I'm self-producing it, so I don't really care that people already know. I'm also in the pre-production phase of a movie that I'm going to be producing over the course of a couple years. It is a movie entitled Camera Mortis. Basically, it's the premise of the movie is that this camera is received by a person whose grandfather used a very similar camera, but coincidentally, all the people that he filmed with mysteriously died after he filmed them. He eventually tests the camera out on himself, and this results in him dying. the camera, along with all of the film from it, is passed down to the main character of the film, and it's a very, very interesting premise, in that a home movie camera that mysteriously makes people die. I don't have any film loaded in this one. The other one I do. This unfortunately doesn't work right now. When I first received it, it did work, but I'm having some problems with it. The film counter on it when I received it was at 25, and I ran it all the way to 0. And then I heard a click sound, and now it doesn't want to even wind the motor at all. It's being pretty stubborn. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. This camera in particular, I purchased because it is the exact same model as Jack Wiley Daniels' camera that he used, which was an Argus. It's an Argus brand camera. I don't remember the model number or much about it at all. I'm working on collecting several of the cameras used to film the Dallas motorcade. I've collected not too many, but I'm working on it. I'm going to show you guys one more thing, and that should be the end, unfortunately, of this live stream. This is a book that I purchased entitled 4 Days. It was published by United Press International in 1964. The reason I purchased this book is because there's a rumor going around that the reason that the Secret Service, basically the entire United States government, learned of Murray Mobley Muchmore's home movie of the assassination is because a Secret Service agent happened to purchase 4 Days and read through it and discovered these frames on this page. These, of course, being 35mm slide prints from the original film. There's quite a bit more in here. There's a copy of the Mormon photograph. There's some there's photographs of AP's the wire news they sent out, teletype. And there's a photograph at Love Field, and tons of more interesting stuff, including, I believe this is a frame from Ron Ryland's film he was a WFA cameraman, and there's some more in that, but I don't think I have the time to go through all of that currently. Again, I will hope to have more of these materials available to you guys, but I don't currently have the money to right now, although I'll hope to have it soon. Again, as I said, I'm extremely busy at this time of year, and I can't work on videos as much as I really want to. I'll post as often as I can, but I can't really guarantee a schedule of posting. Uh, 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 I'm I'm also uh, into fine arts. I play trombone, and I am in choir at my school, and these two things have quite a bit going on in at this time of year, especially. Uh, and I'll be definitely working on that a bit more than my research, although I'll definitely try to research more. Um, but as I said, I'll post as much as I can, but I'm not exactly sure when that is. But again, thank you guys so much for supporting me. As much as you guys have done, I appreciate every single one of you. Uh, I wasn't expecting to grow this much in just under a year. Uh, when you subscribe, uh, it just it basically inspires me to do more. I went from just under 20 subscribers at the beginning of my research to now just over 1,000, which is it seemed impossible to me to get that many in that short amount of time, but uh, it happened, and I hope to have more soon. But thank you guys so much for watching this, and I'll hope to have some of this up soon, but I can't guarantee anything. So